By day, Maria cleaned mansions for the rich. In night, she built a tech empire worth billions. Her perfect plan falls apart when her billionaire client opens his office door. Every morning begins the same. Maria puts on her maid's uniform an hour before the sun rises. But beneath the simple cloth lies a secret that could shake Beverly Hills to its core. While she dusts million-dollar vases, her mind calculates billion-dollar deals. Each swipe of her cleaning cloth hides a swipe on her hidden phone, moving money across global markets. Alexander Reed rules his mansion like his business empire with cold precision. He passes his maid without a glance, never seeing the sharp mind behind her quiet "yes, sir." Power blinds him to the truth serving his morning coffee. In a small public bathroom, Maria trades her apron for a designer suit. Two lives dance on the edge of disaster, but fate holds one final twist. In the boardroom, their eyes meet. Her voice stops his heart. His world starts to crack. Life splits into precise moments for Maria. Each second must fit perfectly into her plan, like pieces of an invisible puzzle. The mansion gates open at 5 a.m. sharp. She slides her cleaning cart through marble halls where million-dollar paintings watch her every move. Between dusting priceless antiques, her phone buzzes in her apron pocket. A message from Tokyo, another tech company ready to merge. Her fingers itch to reply, but Mr. Reed's footsteps echo down the hall. She returns to wiping crystal, her heart racing beneath her calm face. The Chinese investors need an answer now, the message reads. Maria glances at her cart, 20 more rooms to clean. The deal might slip away. She steps into a storage closet, types rapid commands on her hidden phone. Millions move between accounts. Footsteps approach. Maria's fingers freeze on the screen. The handle turns. She slides the phone away, grabs her cleaning spray. The door opens, just another maid. Relief floods her veins. Back to dusting, back to hiding. A tech empire hangs by threads of lies and perfect timing. One missed spot, one wrong moment, one slip of her mask, everything she built could shatter. But Maria keeps moving, keeps balancing. The morning sun catches crystal vases she cleaned, throwing rainbows across marble floors. Such beauty in this mansion, she thinks. Such danger in every shadow. The phone burns in Maria's pocket as she scrubs the marble counter. A billion-dollar tech merger hangs by a thread. 5 minutes to respond, or the deal dies. Her hands shake as she pulls out her hidden device. Yes, we accept the terms, she types from inside a dim storage closet. Numbers flash across her screen, more money than she earns in 10 years of cleaning. Just as she presses send, heavy footsteps approach. Alexander Reed's shadow falls across the door. Maria freezes, her thumb hovering over the phone. The handle turns. Her pulse pounds in her ears. One step, and her secret empire crumbles. Mr. Reed, the West Wing needs attention. Another maid's voice. The footsteps move away. Maria slides down the wall, legs weak with relief. On her screen, confirmation blinks, deal complete. Outside, vacuum cleaners hum. She wipes her hands on her apron and steps back into her other life, where billion-dollar deals hide behind a feather duster. Headlines flash across Maria's phone screen. Mystery tech CEO revolutionizes industry. She reads them while polishing silverware, a small smile hidden behind her cleaning mask. Her company's stock price doubles, triples, soars beyond dreams. But success casts longer shadows. Business magazines demand interviews. Tech blogs hunt for photos. Each triumph makes her disguise more fragile. Between scrubbing floors, she sends emails through layers of protection. No name, no face, no trace. The mansion walls hold whispers now. Other maids share rumors of the rising tech queen. They say she is young. One mentions during lunch. Smart like a computer. Maria keeps her head down, focusing on her sandwich. Alexander's newspapers pile up on his desk, her company name appearing more often. His eyes narrow at each mention of the mysterious CEO. Find out who she is. She overhears him tell his assistant, every rival has a weak spot. In the safety of cleaning closets, Maria types faster, builds higher. But walls have eyes, and secrets have weight. In his top-floor office, Alexander reviews potential companies to acquire. His fingers stop at a familiar name on the list, the mysterious tech firm that keeps outmaneuvering his best strategies. A smile crosses his face, at last, a worthy target. Find every detail about this company, he tells his board. Their CEO guards secrets like gold. I want them all. Maria wipes fingerprints from his glass conference table, her heart racing as she listens. Her own company sits in his crosshairs. Reports pile up on his desk. Financial records show brilliance. Market moves reveal genius. But photographs, interviews, basic facts, all missing. The mystery CEO remains a shadow. Alexander's frustration grows with each dead end. No one hides from me forever, he announces during a meeting. Everyone has weakness. Everyone makes mistakes. Maria pretends to dust nearby shelves, memorizing every word. Her phone buzzes silently. Another takeover attempt blocked, another shield raised. But Alexander changes tactics. He starts buying smaller tech firms around her territory. Like the spider weaving its web, he builds a trap. Each acquisition tightens the noose. Maria sees her escape routes vanishing one by one. Late at night, she stares at her laptop screen. Red warning signs flash everywhere: stock prices, market share, competitor movements. The hunter circles closer. Her fortress of secrets begins to crack. The choice looms: surrender her company or risk losing everything in this dangerous game of hide and seek. Small mistakes start adding up like grains of sand. A business contract slips between cleaning rags. A stock report mingles with her supply list. Each misplaced paper brings her secret closer to light. Public bathrooms become her changing rooms. Maid uniform to power suit and back again. She counts seconds while transforming, praying no one notices the cleaning cart outside the executive restroom. One day, a board member walks in just as she zips up her designer dress. Maria pretends to clean the mirror until the woman leaves. Sleep refuses to come at night. Every shadow holds a threat. Every phone call carries danger. Her hidden phone buzzes with million-dollar decisions while she scrubs floors. Market reports hide in her cleaning cart's hidden compartment. Alexander's eyes follow her more often now. Did she forget to switch name tags? Did her accent slip during their morning greeting? The weight of lies grows heavier. Her two lives pull apart like stretched rubber, ready to snap. The oak boardroom doors open at exactly 7 a.m. Maria pushes her cleaning cart inside, ready for her daily routine. Papers scatter the massive table, remnants of last night's late meeting. She starts gathering them, keeping her movements slow, practiced, ordinary. A name catches her eye. Her company logo sits at the top of a document marked Priority Acquisitions. Her hands tremble as she reads further. Plans for hostile takeover. Strategy outlines. Weak points identified. Every secret Alexander's team has uncovered about her firm lies spread before her. Mysterious CEO proves elusive. One note reads, no public appearances, no photos. Background unknown. Maria allows herself a small smile while wiping coffee rings from the polished wood. If they only knew their target stood here, erasing their fingerprints. More papers reveal darker plans. Alexander means to crush her company, absorb its technology, eliminate competition. His handwritten notes show determination, find leverage. Everyone has a weakness. The door handle turns. Maria swiftly arranges papers into neat piles, resuming her cleaning pose. Alexander strides in, phone pressed to his ear. Yes, proceed with the plan. This mystery woman cannot hide forever. He passes without seeing her, just another maid doing her job. But his words echo in her mind as she polishes the table one final time. The dust she wipes away holds more than fingerprints now. It holds the fate of everything she built. Security cameras blink red in dark hallways, recording everything. The night guard watches his screens with growing interest. The cleaning lady's patterns do not make sense. She moves through the building like someone who knows its secrets. Boss, you need to see this, he tells Alexander, showing footage from the past month. The maid enters rooms exactly when important calls end. She cleans areas minutes before surprise inspections. Her timing seems too perfect. Alexander leans closer to the monitors. Show me more. The cameras reveal a shadow game, the maid appearing in one floor's footage, vanishing, then showing up in executive areas. Always present, yet somehow invisible. Run background checks. Alexander orders. I want to know everything, but databases show nothing unusual. Just another cleaning worker with perfect papers. Too perfect, perhaps. In her tiny office bathroom, Maria checks her hidden camera detector. Red lights flash everywhere now. They watch, they search, they hunt. Her secret hangs by threads of electronic silence. Power shifts in small moments. Maria's fingers brush Alexander's as she hands him his morning coffee. The touch lasts a heartbeat too long. Neither pulls away immediately. His eyes find hers, seeing past the maid's uniform for the first time. Thank you, he says, voice softer than usual. Maria nods, face carefully blank, but her pulse races. She feels his gaze follow her as she cleans his office. His phone calls grow distracted when she works nearby. Their morning routine changes. He arrives earlier when she cleans his office. She takes longer with his space. Small talk stretches into actual conversations. He notices her insights about his business papers. She glimpses his loneliness behind the power. You see things others miss, he tells her one morning. The praise warms her heart even as it chills her spine. Each shared smile, each lingering look pulls them closer. But closer means danger. Her secret life hangs by threads of distance. The walls between their worlds grow thinner every day. Alexander stands before his board of directors, laying out his master plan. This mystery company has evaded us long enough. We strike from all sides, buy their suppliers, poach their clients, cut off their resources. Maria listens from behind her cleaning cart, memorizing every detail of their attack. Back in her hidden office, she prepares counter moves. Her team blocks Alexander's attempts one by one. Each victory costs millions, but she protects what she built. Her phone rings with angry investors. Reed Industries hits too hard. They warn, we need to sell. Your unknown rival fights like a cornered tiger, Alexander's advisor tells him. She guards her company as if it were her child. Alexander's fist hits his desk. Then we take everything. No mercy. Maria feels his fury through the floor she mops below. The business papers call it a war of titans. Neither side yields ground. Maria's company launches new products just as Alexander tries to copy old ones. She blocks his takeover attempts with legal shields he cannot break. But beneath the corporate battle, something else grows. Alexander's respect for his mysterious rival deepens with each clash. If only you worked with me instead of against me, he muses aloud while Maria dusts his awards. Her heart twists at his words. Two battles rage now, one in boardrooms, one in hearts. Each victory in business brings them closer to personal defeat. The war drums beat louder, but neither can hear them over the sound of falling walls between their worlds. A yellow newspaper clipping falls from an old business file. Maria's heart stops. There she is, 5 years younger, in the background of a tech conference photo. Her face partially visible behind Alexander's shoulder as he gave his keynote speech. She snatches the paper before anyone notices. But more pieces of the past emerge. A senior board member remembers meeting a promising young programmer at a charity gala. She reminded me of someone, he tells Alexander during lunch. Maria holds her breath while refilling their water glasses. The mystery CEO, perhaps? The walls of time grow thin. Security discovers an old employee badge photo that matches certain features. Rumors spread through the office. The cleaning lady carries herself like someone with authority. Her accent slips sometimes, revealing education behind practiced simplicity. The more I chase this woman, Alexander tells his empty office, not seeing Maria dust his shelves, the more I feel I know her already. His words pierce her heart. She remembers standing behind him at that conference, admiring his vision, dreaming of building her own empire. Time tightens like a noose. Each day brings new risks of recognition. Old contacts might walk through the lobby. Former classmates could join the board. Maria checks her escape plans hourly now, but leaving means losing everything. Her company, her dreams, and something new. Alexander's growing warmth when he looks at her, cleaning lady or not. Suspicion grows in tiny cracks. Advanced programming books peek out from under cleaning supplies in Maria's cart. No ordinary maid carries quantum computing guides between soap bottles. Alexander notices, but stays silent. His tech problems solve themselves mysteriously. A crashed server restarts perfectly after Maria cleans the server room. Complex software glitches vanish when she passes through. Each fix leaves no trace, only results. Most telling are his financial papers. Every morning, they appear arranged not just neatly, but strategically. Earnings reports next to market forecasts. Competitor analyses beside acquisition plans. The order suggests deep business understanding. "Have you worked in offices before?" Alexander asked one morning. Maria keeps her eyes on her work. "I learned from watching, sir." But her hands betray intelligence in their movements. Too precise, too purposeful. The questions pile up like dust she sweeps away. Each answer creates new mysteries. Alexander starts taking notes, gathering pieces of a puzzle he cannot yet see. His mysterious maid holds secrets that call to his detective mind. The office computers crash during a crucial presentation. Its teams scramble for solutions. Maria glides past with her cleaning cart, pausing briefly near the server room. 5 minutes later, all systems run perfectly. Nobody notices the code strings still glowing on her phone screen. "These market projections seem low," she mentions while dusting Alexander's desk. He looks up, startled by her insight. The Asian markets show different trends. Her words carry weight beyond their simple delivery. Later, his team confirms her casual observation. Alexander tests her subtly. He leaves complex financial reports open, watching how her eyes scan numbers with practiced speed. During client calls, he notices how she times her cleaning to overhear key details. Each movement reveals years of business training hiding beneath practiced humility. "You seem to understand our work well," he prods one morning. Maria keeps wiping windows, her reflection carefully blank. "Numbers have patterns, sir, like dust on glass." But her hands betray expertise in every gesture, and Alexander's suspicions grow stronger. Alexander finds his eyes drawn to her more often now. Something about the way Maria moves through his office speaks of hidden grace. Her presence fills rooms he has not yet entered. Each morning, his coffee arrives at the perfect moment, as if she reads his mind. But in the business world, their companies clash like swords. His team attacks her market share while she outmaneuvers his strategies. He admires her brilliance even as it frustrates his plans. The mysterious CEO matches him move for move. "If only she were here," he tells Maria as she cleans his office. "I would offer partnership instead of war." His words pierce her heart. She sees the loneliness in his eyes, mirrors her own. Their fingers brush as she takes his empty cup. Two battles rage in Maria's chest: protect her company or trust her heart. Each shared glance weakens her walls. Every small kindness makes her secret harder to keep. The line between duty and desire grows thinner with each passing day. Business papers spread across Alexander's desk like battle maps. His company launches attacks from all sides, trying to cut off Maria's supply chains, steal her contracts, drain her resources. Yet each move meets perfect countermoves as if she reads his mind. "This woman must be watching my every step," he tells his board. Maria wipes his office windows, her reflection hiding a knowing smile. His frustration only makes him more appealing, the way his jaw clenches, how his eyes flash with determination. Their personal dance grows more dangerous. His hand lingers on hers when she serves coffee. She finds reasons to work near him, drawn by his presence. Each glance carries more weight. Each word holds deeper meaning. "You seem troubled today," she says softly, seeing his tense shoulders. He turns, catching her concerned gaze in the mirror. For a moment, masks slip. Two hearts recognize something familiar in each other, but both games demand winners, and neither can afford to lose. Security cameras tell stories in fragments. The night guard brings Alexander a disturbing pattern. The cleaning lady appears in impossible places. 1 minute in the east wing, the next in the west. Always near rooms where important decisions happen. Run deeper checks. Alexander orders his security team. Her employment records look perfect, too perfect. Every reference precisely placed, every detail neatly aligned. Like a story crafted by an expert hand. The mysterious CEO's habits mirror the maid's movements. When one appears, the other vanishes. Their paths never cross, yet dance in perfect rhythm. Each new piece of evidence points to an impossible truth. Track her outside work, Alexander tells his investigators. But she disappears after leaving the building, like a ghost in the city. His instincts scream that both women hide the same secret. In his gut, he knows the next move will reveal everything. Night shadows hide dangerous truths. Maria works late, cleaning the empty office when Alexander surprises her. He stands in his doorway, tie loose, guard down. Their eyes meet in the dim light. Neither moves, trapped in an unspoken moment. "You always know exactly what I need," he says softly. As she places fresh coffee on his desk, their fingers brush. Time stops. Her skin burns where he touched. His eyes search her face, looking for answers to questions he has not asked. Each day brings new risks. She finds herself lingering in his office, drawn by his presence. He creates reasons to be near when she cleans. Their conversations grow deeper, more personal. Each shared secret brings them closer to the one that could ruin everything. "There is something about you," he tells her one evening. His voice holds both wonder and suspicion. Maria's heart races. Her carefully built walls crack beneath the weight of feelings she cannot allow. Some truths destroy more than just dreams. Evidence spreads like falling dominoes. Each day brings new connections Alexander cannot ignore. A business report bears the same writing style as Maria's cleaning notes. Her phone calls match the mystery CEO's meeting times perfectly. Too many coincidences build a path to truth. The cleaning staff schedules, Alexander mutters, spreading papers across his desk. "Every time our rival outmaneuvered us, she worked near my office." He maps dates, times, patterns. The picture grows clearer with each detail. Maria watches from the doorway, heart pounding as he connects threads of her life. Her carefully woven web of deception unravels strand by strand. The clock on the wall ticks louder, marking moments until her secret world collapses. Alexander moves the final chess piece into place. Security footage, cleaning schedules, business reports, they form a perfect circle around one impossible truth. His mysterious rival and his dedicated maid share more than just similar heights and mannerisms. "Show me the night security feeds," he orders. The screens reveal Maria entering the building after hours, disappearing into an executive suite. Minutes later, a business-suited figure exits. His breath catches as he recognizes the walk, the posture he sees every day. Maria feels his eyes on her now, heavy with new understanding. Each step through his office carries the weight of approaching thunder. The trap lies set, waiting for one final move to spring. Morning light crawls across marble floors, marking Maria's final hours of deception. The merger meeting looms at sunset, her company's last stand against Alexander's takeover bid. But first, one more cleaning shift in the mansion where everything could shatter. Her hands tremble as she arranges the boardroom. Each crystal glass she places holds the weight of her two lives. The papers for tonight's meeting sit in her cleaning cart, hidden beneath rags and sprays. Her presentation waits on a flash drive, disguised as a keychain. Everything must be perfect today, Alexander tells his staff. Maria polishes tables, memorizing his merger strategy through the reflection. His voice carries triumph, unaware his target stands feet away. By midnight, the mysterious CEO will have no choice but surrender. Time speeds up, then slows. Maria races through her cleaning duties, mind spinning with last-minute preparations. She must change clothes in the public bathroom, sneak into the building's back entrance, transform from servant to titan in 20 minutes. But fate holds other plans. Alexander's car returns early. Maria stands trapped in his office, half changed between uniforms. The door handle turns. Her heart stops. All her careful plans, her years of secrecy, balance on this single moment. "Sir, I can explain," she whispers, but the look in his eyes tells her he already knows. The truth she fought so hard to hide stands exposed in the dying sunlight, reflected in 1,000 crystal surfaces she polished herself. Tires crunch on gravel 3 hours too early. Maria freezes at the sound, one arm still in her maid uniform, the other in her CEO suit. Through the office window, she sees Alexander's car pull up. Her escape routes vanish one by one. "Cancel my afternoon. I need to review the merger documents." His voice carries from the lobby. Each word brings him closer to his office, closer to her truth. The cleaning cart stands useless by the door, her business clothes scattered around her. His footsteps echo down the hallway. Maria's hands shake as she searches for somewhere, anywhere to hide. The closet? Too obvious. Behind the desk? No escape. Every heartbeat brings him nearer. "Sir, your coffee," another maid calls out. His footsteps pause. A moment's reprieve, but nothing more. Maria knows. When that door opens, everything changes. Years of secrets balance on these final seconds. The handle turns. "Let me write the 270-word script, for the mirror shows all that captures the moment of revelation." The office door swings open. Alexander stops mid-stride, his reflection joining Maria's in the floor-to-ceiling windows. She stands caught between worlds. Designer blazer half covering her maid's uniform, mask of simplicity shattered at last. "I have imagined this moment 100 times," he says, voice unnaturally calm. "The mysterious CEO who outsmarts me at every turn. My dedicated maid who sees everything. They were never two different women, were they?" Maria lifts her chin, letting her disguise fall away completely. Her voice changes, education replacing practiced humility. "Would you have seen me as an equal if I had come to you as myself? A woman from nothing building something?" All this time, he moves closer, studying her reflection. Every victory against my company, every brilliant strategy, while serving my coffee. A laugh escapes him, half admiration, half pain. "Why keep cleaning after you became successful?" "To protect my company. Knowledge is power." She turns to face him, "And perhaps to stay close to you." Their reflections merge in the glass, billionaire and maid, rival and admirer, hunter and prey. All masks fall away in the fading light. His hand reaches for her face, then stops. "You played me perfectly," he whispers. "No." She steps closer. "I protected what I built, but every moment with you was real." The truth hangs between them like crystal, sharp, clear, and ready to either cut or shine. Silence fills the office like smoke after lightning. Alexander stares at Maria, seeing both women he knows merge into one truth he cannot deny. His hands grip the desk edge, knuckles white with tension. "All this time, you played two parts in my life." His voice carries more hurt than anger. "The humble maid I grew to trust, the brilliant rival I came to admire, both masks hiding the same face." Maria stands straighter, letting her practiced servant's posture fall away. "I built my company from nothing but determination and midnight work. Each morning cleaning your floors, I learned your strategies. Each night in my office, I built something of my own. Why keep cleaning after you succeeded?" His eyes search her face for answers. "You had millions. Power. Why stay here?" "At first, to protect what I built." Her voice softens. "Then because I saw the real you. Not just the powerful man everyone fears, but someone who notices when his staff looks tired, who remembers birthdays, who treats everyone with respect." The truth between them shifts like light through crystal, from weapon to bridge. Years of secrets transform into something unexpected, understanding. "Why build all this? Why the deception?" Alexander asks, his anger softening to curiosity. Maria pulls a worn photo from her cleaning cart, a woman in a hospital bed, smiling despite the tubes and machines. My mother, stage 4 cancer, Maria's voice catches. The doctor said she had 6 months. The treatments cost more than I could earn in 10 years of cleaning, but I refuse to lose her. She places hospital bills beside the photo, numbers that could destroy a family. Each morning I cleaned offices, learning how businesses worked. Each night I built my company, one contract at a time. The cleaning job kept me close to decision makers, taught me their strategies. And now? Alexander's eyes move between the bills and Maria's face. 5 years cancer-free. My company pays for experimental treatments, research, help for other families facing the same fight. Pride mixes with tears in her voice. I became what I needed to become. For her. Alexander touches the photo gently. You could have asked for help. Would you have seen me as an equal? Maria meets his gaze. Or just another maid with a sad story? The truth hangs between them. Sometimes love requires becoming more than the world believes possible. Alexander paces his office like a caged lion, empire and heart at war. His phone buzzes with board members demanding action. Crush the rival company, destroy the deception, prove his power. But his eyes keep returning to Maria, seeing both the brilliant CEO and the caring woman who watched over his world. You deceived me, he says, voice rough with emotion. Used your position to spy on my company. Every business secret, every strategy meeting, you had front row seats. I built my success fairly, Maria replies. Your coffee was always perfect. Your office always clean. I simply learned while I worked. The board wants blood. Your company dismantled, your reputation ruined. His fingers brush the window glass. I have built this empire through strength, never mercy. Then destroy me. Maria stands tall, unafraid. But know this, I saw you feed stray cats behind the building. Remembered every employee's birthday. The man I love is not his reputation. Alexander turns, struck by her words. Years of power plays and corporate wars paid against one simple truth. The woman who knows him best wears a maid's uniform and runs an empire of her own. Pictures of success cover Alexander's office walls. Magazine covers, awards, headlines praising his business genius. Yet now each one asks a silent question. At what cost? I judged you by your uniform, he tells Maria, shame coloring his words. All these years believing power came from crushing others, yet you built your empire while serving coffee. He picks up an industry award, seeing it with new eyes. I told myself being feared meant being respected. That kindness was weakness. But you, his voice trails off. But I what? Maria asks softly. You succeeded by lifting others up. Your profits fund cancer research. Your employees receive education. Even now, you clean offices to stay humble. Alexander sets the award down, while I sit in my tower, counting victories that mean nothing. Maria steps closer. Success is not measured by what you take, but by what you give back. Your heart knows this. I have watched you show kindness when you thought no one saw. The setting sun paints his empire in golden light. For the first time, Alexander sees its true worth, not in dollars or power, but in its potential to help others. You could ruin me with one phone call, Maria says, removing her cleaning apron for the last time. Expose the maid who dared to build an empire, but I will not beg for mercy. Her shoulders square with quiet pride. No more pretending to be less than she is. No more hiding her intelligence behind practiced humility. 5 years of deception fall away, revealing steel beneath silk. I have watched you destroy companies twice my size, she continues. But everything I built serves a purpose beyond profit. My hospitals save lives. My schools lift families from poverty. Your board can take my wealth, but they cannot take my truth. Alexander studies her, seeing strength that money cannot buy. Most people kneel before my power. I have knelt enough, scrubbing floors to serving coffee, hiding my light, not from shame, but from necessity. Her eyes meet his without fear. You see only my deception. But every morning I came here, did honest work, and built something beautiful from nothing. A new respect dawns in Alexander's eyes. Before him stands not a maid begging forgiveness, but a queen who built her castle one clean floor at a time. Old walls crumble like paper in the face of truth. Alexander steps closer to Maria, seeing not the maid who served his coffee or the rival who challenged his empire, but simply the woman who understands his soul. Status kept us apart, he says. Me in my tower of power, you hiding behind a humble mask. Both of us playing roles the world expected. Maria reaches for his hand, their fingers intertwining. I saw the real you through the cracks of wealth, kind when no one watched, gentle with those who served you. And I saw you shine through every disguise, your mind too bright to hide, your heart too strong to break. His thumb traces her palm. What do titles matter now? The space between billionaire and maid vanishes. Years of bowing and scrubbing fade into memory. Two souls who climb different mountains find themselves standing at the same peak, where only truth remains. Alexander stands at the window of his empire, foam in hand. One call splits two paths, crush Maria's company and keep his reputation, or risk everything for love. The city lights mirror his divided heart. The board demands your destruction, he says, turning to face her. They say a man who cannot control his maid cannot lead an empire. Maria meets his gaze without flinching. Then choose, Alexander. Power or truth, fear or love. You cannot rule both kingdoms. He looks at the phone, then tosses it aside. I have spent my life building walls of wealth, yet found my greatest treasure cleaning them. His voice carries certainty now. Let them take their empire. I choose you. No, Maria steps forward, taking his hands. Choose us, my innovation, your influence. Think what we could build together, not through fear or deception, but through trust. The first light of dawn breaks through his office windows. Two rivals become partners. Two hearts become one. The mighty tower that once divided them now stands as a bridge between worlds. Light streams through the office windows, touching both maids' uniform and designer suit, making them glow like gold. Every secret, every lie, every careful deception dissolves in the morning sun. I hid in shadows, Maria says, looking at her cleaning cart one last time. Bowed my head, spoke softly, made myself invisible. Now I stand in light. Alexander picks up her name tag, running his thumb across the simple letters. And I live behind walls of wealth and power, thinking they made me strong. Yet you saw through every barrier. No more masks, she says, voice steady with newfound freedom. No more pretending to be less than we are. He reaches for her hand. No more measuring worth by status or bank accounts. You taught me true value lies in actions, not titles. Together they face the rising sun. Their reflections merge in the window glass. Servant and master, rich and poor, masks falling away to reveal simple truth. Love sees past all disguises. What do we build now? She asks. Something new, he answers. Something real, together. Cameras flash as Alexander and Maria stand together at the podium, her maid's uniform replaced by a CEO's power suit. The business world holds its breath as two former rivals grasp hands before a forest of microphones. Today marks not just a merger of companies, but a bridging of worlds, Alexander announces, his voice carrying pride as he looks at Maria. Reed Industries and Tech Vision unite to create something revolutionary, a company that measures success not just in profits, but in lives changed. Behind them, their teams mingle for the first time. Engineers who once guarded secrets now share ideas eagerly. Maria's innovation combined with Alexander's resources sparks a creative fire that spreads through every department. Our first joint project, Maria reveals, triggering gasps from the audience, is a free AI-powered medical diagnostic system for underserved communities. Her eyes meet Alexander's. Together, we'll prove that profit and purpose can coexist. In conference rooms where Maria once cleaned, she now leads meetings. Her former cleaning staff receives scholarships, training, opportunities to rise. The mansion's marble halls echo with new energy as two corporate cultures blend into something stronger than either alone. Watch what happens, Alexander whispers in her ear after the announcement, when we tear down the walls between worlds. Maria smiles, seeing their shared dream take flight. Together, she says, we build something beautiful. Society columns buzz with scandal when the news breaks. Billionaire weds former maid, screams one headline. But Maria and Alexander's story sparks something unexpected, a revolution in corporate culture. Tell them, Maria challenges reporters at their first joint interview. Tell them how a cleaning lady built a tech empire between dusting shelves. Tell them success isn't born from privilege, but purpose. Alexander squeezes her hand as whispers ripple through the press room. Their marriage becomes a symbol of change. Other companies, shamed by the contrast, begin examining their own class barriers. Executive training programs open to maintenance staff. Cleaning crews receive stock options. The walls between suits and uniforms start cracking across the industry. Your secretary was a PhD in her home country, Maria points out during a board meeting. The next day, credential recognition programs begin. One by one, hidden talents emerge from behind uniforms and name tags. In the mansion where she once cleaned, Maria hosts seminars for service workers with dreams of more. Alexander sits in the back, watching his wife teach others to soar. Intelligence and worth aren't measured by uniforms, she tells them. I proved that. Now it's your turn. The old guard grumbles, but change flows like water, unstoppable once released. A new era dawns, where worth is measured by character, not class. The hospital room glows with afternoon sunlight as Maria's mother sits up in bed, her smile brighter than the machines once needed to keep her alive. Test results scatter across her blanket, each one confirming what seemed impossible 5 years ago: complete remission. My daughter cleaned floors for this, she tells Alexander, who sits holding Maria's hand. But she gave thousands of other families their miracles too. She gestures to the window, where the new Reed Vision Cancer Research Center stretches toward the sky. Maria wipes tears as she remembers dark mornings, rushing from cleaning the mansion to her mother's treatments. Every floor I scrubbed built this, she whispers. Every secret I kept saved lives. Alexander watches the woman who taught him true strength. Your daughter taught me that real power isn't in what we take, he tells Maria's mother, but in what we give. Her sacrifice changed more than just your life. It changed me. The research center buzzes with activity below. Teams of scientists work with technology Maria's company developed, funded by Alexander's resources. In the waiting rooms, families receive the same news that once seemed impossible. Hope exists, miracles happen. Look what your pain built, Maria's mother says softly. Sometimes our deepest wounds become our greatest gifts. In their private garden, where Maria once tended flowers as a maid, she and Alexander sit watching the sunset. Her head rests on his shoulder, his fingers intertwined with hers. No uniforms, no suits, just two hearts that found each other across an impossible divide. Remember when you caught me changing that day? Maria asks, smiling at the memory. I thought I'd lost everything. Instead, I found everything. Alexander pulls her closer. I spent years searching for a worthy rival, he chuckles softly, never dreaming she served my morning coffee. All those walls I built, and you walked right through them with a feather duster. Now look at us. She gestures to their shared empire visible through the trees, the billionaire and the maid who dare to dream bigger. No, he corrects gently, turning to cup her face. Just Maria and Alexander, two people who learned that love sees no labels. His thumb traces her cheek. You taught me that true worth isn't in bank accounts or titles. It's in here. She places her hand over his heart, where no status or wealth matters, only truth. The annual company gala transforms the mansion's grand ballroom, but not in ways anyone expected. Gone are the rigid divisions between executives and staff. Instead, a former janitor shares his startup ideas with board members. A cafeteria worker demonstrates her coding project to amazed investors. "Watch," Maria whispers to Alexander, nodding toward a corner where her old cleaning crew mingles with his tech team. "See how innovation blooms when we stop looking at uniforms and start seeing people?" A young maintenance worker steps up to the microphone, trembling but determined. She shares her journey from night school to developing a breakthrough app. The room erupts in applause as Maria beams. Another hidden gem discovered, another life transformed. "Your wife cleaned my office for years," an executive tells Alexander, shaking his head in wonder. "Now she's revolutionizing our entire approach to talent." Alexander watches Maria move through the crowd, stopping to hug both CEOs and custodians. "She taught us all that brilliance wears many uniforms," he replies. "Sometimes the greatest ideas come from the most unexpected places." The music plays and the dance floor fills, titles and status forgotten in the rhythm of shared dreams. Sunlight streams through the hospital windows as Maria's mother walks out for the last time, not as a patient, but as a volunteer. Her cancer badge now reads Survivor Mentor, a testament to battles won and hope restored. "Look what your sacrifice built," she tells Maria, gesturing to the new wing where cutting-edge treatments, developed by the merged companies, give other families their miracles. 5 years ago, these halls held her tears. Now they hold her triumph. Alexander stands nearby, watching his mother-in-law comfort a young patient's family. "Your daughter cleaned floors to save my life," she tells them, her voice strong and clear. "Now she runs the company that will save yours." Maria leans into Alexander's embrace, remembering desperate dawns when she changed from CEO suits to cleaning uniforms, all to keep her mother's treatment going. "Was it worth it?" he asks softly. Her mother's laugh rings through the corridor as she shows another survivor how to tie a headscarf with style. "Every second," Maria whispers, her heart full. "Every single second." In the mansion's former servant quarters, now transformed into a state-of-the-art learning center, Maria stands before the first class of the Revision Education Initiative. Faces both familiar and new look back at her: maintenance workers, cleaning staff, cafeteria servers, all clutching acceptance letters. "I once carried cleaning supplies through these halls," she tells them, her voice rich with emotion. "Now we carry dreams. Each of you will receive full scholarships, mentorship, and guaranteed positions in our company." Alexander steps forward, placing a gentle hand on her shoulder. "My wife taught me that talent hides in plain sight," he addresses the group. "Today, we invest in that hidden talent. Engineering, technology, business, whatever path you choose, we'll support your journey." A young janitor raises her trembling hand. "I've been coding in secret between shifts," she admits. Maria's eyes shine with recognition of her own past. "No more hiding," Maria declares. "No more dreams deferred. Your skills deserve to shine in boardrooms, not just break rooms." Headlines shift like seasons turning. From Maid to Mogul becomes visionary leaders redefine corporate culture. Morning shows that once chased scandal now spotlight success stories, former service workers rising through company ranks, following Maria's path. "Tell me," a prominent news anchor asked Maria during a primetime interview, "why maintain your cleaning schedule even after becoming CEO?" Maria smiles, Alexander's hand steady in hers. "Because every morning I cleaned, I remembered why we built this, not for profit, but for people. Each floor I polished reflected dreams waiting to be discovered." Their story catches fire across industries. Other companies face pressure to examine their own glass ceilings. Revision model becomes business school terminology, describing corporations that invest in employees at every level, recognizing talent wears many uniforms. "Your wife changed more than your company," a rival CEO tells Alexander at a conference. "She changed how we see potential." In corporate boardrooms and university halls, Maria's journey becomes a symbol of transformation. Photos appear in business magazines, the maid's uniform she kept framed in her office, next to her CEO credentials, a reminder that worth isn't measured by titles, but by heart. "We didn't just break barriers," Alexander tells reporters. We proved they never should have existed. Sunset paints Alexander's office in shades of gold, the same office where masks fell and truth emerged. Maria stands by the window where he first discovered her secret, but now she wears neither Maid's uniform nor CEO suit. Today, she's simply herself. This room held so many moments, Alexander says, approaching her from behind. Your careful cleaning hiding brilliant strategies. My arrogant blindness to the treasure serving my coffee. Maria turns as he drops to one knee, holding not a ring box, but her old name tag. You kept it, she whispers, recognizing the simple plastic that once defined her. Because it reminded me of an important truth. He opens the tag to reveal a diamond ring nestled inside. Real treasures often hide in plain sight. Will you marry me, Maria? Not the maid, not the CEO, just you, the woman brave enough to build dreams between dusting shelves. Tears slip down her cheeks as she nods. He slides the ring onto her finger, replacing the weight of uniforms and masks with a promise of forever. Look, she points to their reflection in the window glass. No more hiding, no more pretending, just us. And all the dreams we'll build together. He adds, pulling her close as the sun sets on their old lives and rises on their shared future. Maria stands at a podium, her mother beaming in the front row, Alexander's hand steady on her back. Before her, a sea of faces, executives and cleaning staff alike, wait for her words. Her voice rings clear through the silence. Dreams know no boundaries. Money cannot buy determination. Share if you believe everyone deserves a chance to rise. The room erupts in applause, her words echoing through halls that once knew her only as a cleaning lady. Her story, their story, proves that sometimes the greatest dreams bloom in the humblest gardens, waiting for their chance to grow.